Hey guys, this is Jay. So I've been thinking about doing this video for a while. Just never found a way to, put it into a video. So I know a lot of people buy their albums online. So whether it be, or either going to a, actual store, if it's in your area. I know most people go to like K-Town for You, K-Pop Mart, K-Pop Town, eBay, Amazon. Well, for me, majority of the albums I've bought were from Tumblr. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy with Tumblr because they think, I might get ripped off, it's not the third, but being the fact that I've been buying albums from Tumblr for the past 2 years, 2.5 years now, that I pretty much know, in and outs of ways to buy albums from Tumblr. So I think one thing I would definitely say is know what you're buying. So have an idea of what you want to buy. So if you're looking for something specific, have that in mind. So if you're looking for something like rare or something that's out of print, then have that in your mind that, okay, this is what I'm looking for. If you're looking for a photo card, again, just have that in your mind. Like, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this specific thing. Okay? So another thing that can help you with that is to make a post on items you're looking to buy. So if you're looking for a specific thing, you don't want to go through the tag because there's a lot of posts on the tag. Just make a post of what you want to look for to buy. So if you're looking for a specific photo card, say, I'm looking for this specific photo card, contact me here and here. If you have the photo card, or even with the album, I'm looking for a specific album, hit me up. If you have them and want to sell, that's not a third. This is definitely a way to help you look for what you want to buy instead of having to go through the tag, because there's a lot of people selling stuff on Tumblr. So just, this is definitely a way to help you. I think one thing that's important is never buy more than you can afford. So for example, if you see a post and there's like 4 or 5 things you see, it's like, oh, I like that, I like this and like that. Don't say you want to buy 4 or 5 things, we can only afford 2. You can, the one thing I would say is that if you see something you like, just like the post and just buy the ones you really want to buy right now, and then you can always come back when you have the money for it. Just that simple. So yeah, just never go more than you can afford, because I've done that before. Another important thing is to ask questions, because at the end of the day, you're paying for this. You're spending money on whatever item you're looking to pay for. So if it's on an item, ask the quality of the item. Is it new? Is it used? Is it damaged? Does it come with a photo card? Does it not come with a photo card? Just, ask questions, because you'll never know if you don't ask, right? So yeah, definitely ask questions. Now this is more so if you're doing like quote your price, because there are people who aren't sure to how to set a price on a certain item, so they do what they call quote your price. So when you're doing that, never lowball or set a price more than you're willing to buy. So if someone's selling like a photo card, like, okay, someone's selling a Luhan photo card and it's a quote your price, don't say I want it for $5, because they're just going to end the conversation right there, because they're not going to take you seriously. Mostly when it's quote your price, they're only looking for serious sellers or serious buyers. So don't set anything ridiculous, like something like really low, like like this is not serious. Or don't set anything more than you're willing to pay for. So again, if you see like a photo card you want, don't say, I'm going to pay $50, and you're not willing to pay for that. Just, it's no need. Just only set a price where it's reasonable for you. So prime example, when I bought my GD and Top album, I bought it on YouTube, but the seller had to quote your price, and she didn't really have a set price for it, and so I hit her up and I offered her a price, but then when I offered her a price, she was like, just to let you know, the album is slightly damaged. So okay. So I thought, so before I set the price, I, thought about a reasonable price for the album, being that yes, it is ran out of print, but it is damaged. So I set the price for her, and she was okay with that, and we just set on that set price. So that's just something to think about when you're doing quote your own price. Another thing I would do is, if I can get the paper out. Another thing is ask about shipping, because there are a lot of times that the person may not be shipping in the country you're in. So for example, I live in the States. So there might be something I want to buy, but they are from another country. So for example, I can look for something and they're selling it from Singapore. So I'll ask them, do you ship to the United States? If not, okay, move on. Now sometimes when you see a post, they have pretty much everything written down, but sometimes they don't. So I would definitely ask if they ship to your country, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're only shipping within that country. So definitely ask if they're willing to ship to your country if it's not in your country. And another thing to ask about ultimate payment methods. So not everyone has a PayPal. So I know some people take concealed cash. So what concealed cash is pretty much is you take some newspaper. I would prefer newspaper. And you take some money and you wrap it in the newspaper and send it in the envelope. So being that, so when you're sending it through the mail, no one can look through the envelope and see that you have money, and so no one will steal your money. But I would definitely not send change, because it weighs it down, and it's, especially if you have to send like change. So for example, I bought EXO's Hugs and Kisses album, and it was from Canada, so I had to get money exchange in Canadian money. So when I got the money exchange, the person gave me change back. So what I had to do was tape the change to the newspaper so it won't bounce around in the envelope. So like I said, it's concealed because you're hiding the money, so if it's going through the mail, no one can steal the money. That's pretty much what concealed cash is. So again, no, not everyone has PayPal. You can either do concealed cash. People aren't really too comfortable with doing concealed cash. I've done it before. I've never had a problem with it. But I know some people are a little iffy about that. I mean, some people I even bought something with a check. And I've done stuff with like money orders. So just ask, because you may not have a PayPal, you may not want to do concealed cash. So just ask of other ways of paying for the item you want to get. And this is more so if you're selling something, or even if you want to buy something, have alternate ways for sellers or buyers, to contact you, because we all know sometimes Tumblr, they eat people's questions and asking stuff, so it may not always go through. So always have an alternate way for someone to contact you. So if you want to buy something or sell something, I would definitely say an email, but only have an email where you check it regularly. Don't give someone an email that you don't check and you have like a million emails in your inbox that you don't check. So only use something that you're going to check. So whether it be have them contact you on Facebook, have them contact you on Twitter or Google Plus or something, something even on YouTube. People can leave messages on YouTube. So just do that. So just have another way for someone to contact you, because Tumblr isn't, sometimes the messages don't always go through. And then just remember, when you buy something, and especially if it's coming from not even just the country you're in, but especially overseas, that your item may be slightly damaged while it's being shipped to you. This happened to me before. I bought something from Singapore, and I got the package like a couple weeks later, and the entire like bottom of the package was ripped open. But surprisingly, the poster was folded, so it was in between like two pieces of cardboard, and the album was wrapped in bubble wrap. Now, surprisingly, the album and the poster were still in the package, but I'm guessing it must have either someone from customs like ripped it open, or it got ripped on its way to you. But just know that your package and or item might be slightly damaged. So you may not have bought it that way, but sometimes when you get stuff from, especially overseas, going through customs, it may be damaged. So just letting you guys know. And one thing I normally do is I always notify the seller when I receive a package. So every time I receive it, I send them an email like, okay, I got the package today, just let you know. Just so they know that they got it, so there isn't any problems. So, you know, because after a while, it depends on how long it's going to be. So if it's overseas, most of the time it's like 2 weeks. So after that, you notify them when you receive the package, and you also notify them when you don't receive it. So if you buy something, I bought stuff from overseas, so majority of the time it's going to take at least 2 weeks to get to me. Now, if it's been more than that, I would definitely notify the seller whether you received it or you haven't received it. And I think the most important thing is to always communicate. Again, whether you received your package, whether you haven't received your package, whether you want to know if it's new or used, you get a photo card, don't get a photo card, you want to know about shipping, just always communicate. It's always just communicate, because you'll never know if you don't ask. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess just tips on how to buy things on Tumblr. I think these are important because I've been buying albums from Tumblr for the past 2.5 years, and I mean, most of the time I've gotten what I paid for, but there have been like 2 instances where like the album I've got, it was used, but it was like damaged. So just definitely, again, ask questions, know what you're paying for. Don't spend more than what you're willing to buy. Just, you know, I hope these tips help you guys if you decide to buy on Tumblr. And yeah, that's it. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.